It's about time to start sanding all this with 600-ish grit. As I've detailed in the past, there's some bad runs I'm going to have to sand out. I'll drag this camera up there so y'all can kind of see what it is I speak of. Probably going to come in here and just kind of hand sand some of this. You know, I mean, just they're little baby runs, right? They're not that big. They'll be fine. You could just leave them, actually. But since we're in the pursuit of not near perfection, we are going to try and sand them down some, just so they don't, well, I guess irritate me so much. I'll get some hand sanding equipment. I think probably going to start on this front fender. The runs are much less of an issue on the fender. Most of the runs came about because of a specific can of spray paint that was just buck wild with how much came out of it. So let me get started on the fender. I gotta go grab some sandpaper. My sanding block is missing too, so let me think on that. All right, do it again. Man, y'all got some fire coming out underneath that. The other day I had a neighbor come by and he's been seeing me out here work on this truck in the driveway. He came by to ask me if I do body work. I told him I do, but only for me. He has no idea how much headache I saved him by telling him I don't do it for other people, because what I do and what I consider body work is not on a level that you should ever charge someone else to do it. If you're charging someone else for body work, you should be fairly confident in your ability, which I am not. Although, there are people out there that charge others for body work that are more confident in their ability than they should be. But I guess you got to get experience somehow. And the likelihood that my experience is ever going to turn into something professional is very low, because my hatred for body work has just done nothing but grow. I'm sure some people watching are going, why are you putting that much work into it then if you're not expecting much out of it? Well, I just have a look that I'm hoping for. I'm not good enough at bodywork and stuff to know what the outcome's going to be, because, well, I don't really know what I'm doing. Am I even real? Everywhere I look, I'm starting to feel time is eating me alive, drowning in my life. Who am I? Time is eating Alright, so went through and pretty much sanded everything yesterday, except the black, with 600 grit to try and get it ready for some clear coat, which we're going to try and get to today. Now, as you can tell, it needs a bath really bad, so we're going to do that first. I think I'll get regular old soap and I'll add some alcohol to the water to help it evaporate. I did not record minute for minute all the sanding because I really have no intentions of this channel being all about sanding a car. It's just how it turns out. Probably should rinse the car off too. Yeah. Alright, my daughter was helping yesterday with the sanding process. She's of the belief that I should spend the money to have it painted, you know, like actually painted. I don't believe actually painting it is a financially viable option. But she is the first one to help me with it so far since it's been here. She actually seemed to enjoy herself. I gave her the tailgate to hand sand, which was not the easiest part on the truck because all the different shapes. But she stuck to it and knocked it out. Basically just trying to get the even though it's not really part of this project. But, you know, let's have it all clean at once. By not part of this project, I mean we're not doing anything with it today. I do certainly have to figure out what I'm doing with it. I wish it was the grill. It was just a little bit later. It kind of looks like a target reticle on an aircraft. But that grill doesn't fit on this truck. You have to change, I guess, the core support and some other stuff. I don't know. Seems like more work than I want to do. Alright, we're going to get started doing clear coat. I'm going to do a few cleaning things first. I'm gonna wipe down that fender is where we're starting. I'll wipe it down with Sprayway glass cleaner. Then we're going to come back after. Have tape run along that edge of the black paint there. So that's the only part we're not going to be clear coating. And then after we do this step here, it's all on the floor. We're going to tack cloth it. I mean, it's going to be semi-legit preparation. Then after the tack cloth, we're going to wax and grease remover. And then we'll do this clear coat and see if my whole entire plan falls apart. With this, I try not to press too hard because whatever's on this, I think, if you press too hard, it'll end up on your paint. But it's kind of going over, getting all the lengths and such off the surface. We are outdoors, so, you know, take it for what it's worth. I don't know how much it's worth because, you know, nature's constantly trying to redeposit stuff on it, I'm sure. And we're gonna do some waxing and grease removing. Then I guess I'll get a plastic or rubber glove and pour some clear coat in a container and then wipe it on there. We're gonna see what happens next. I mean, if it runs amok, I have to work on my whole plan here because that was pretty much the plan. Was that this clear coat I've got will work? Whether it does or not, it's kind of, I guess we'll figure something else out if it doesn't. And here's my, it says it's ready display spray lacquer clear coat. If it's lacquer, I may have to color sand and buff it if it is lacquer as it says it is. You know, we'll see. We'll see. One way or the other. We should get a final protective coat over all of this. Hopefully this works. And I should get my rubber glove while I'm in here. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? It's just some clear coat on top of 10 different paints that are decades apart. With certainly at least some poor preparation on the gray part, because, well, that's why I ended up sanding so much of this truck. I'm doing the side that is not exposed to the sun right now because, as frequently the case, it's hot. And if I did the other side, I have a feeling the sun would be beaming on it and make it hot. Make the surface material hot. Alright, so for application, I had a blue thing I was going to use that I put down somewhere. Oh, there it is. Got to get myself mentally prepared for this. As I've said before, what could possibly go wrong? We're using clear coat that's meant to be sprayed. It's windy outside, so that's good. Everything's working in our favor. I think I'll give it some more shakes. It says it's ready to spray clear coat, which that probably means it's ready to wipe on too, or at least I hope it does. I am apprehensive. Oh, it's yep. Can's full. It fizzled a little bit when I opened it from the shaking. It had some filming going on. Yep. That section of the driveway is going to be forever shiny. Here we go. Yeah, something's happening. I can tell you just pretty quick to dry. Applicator is not going to be very useful as it soaked up so much material. And then I need to rinse out my bowl because, well, it's already dry in there. So and if worse comes to worse, maybe I order the stuff you can wipe on and just wipe it on if I can't get it to do what I want it to, which is present some shine. It's pretty flat right now. probably spraying would be the better option with the with this stuff, because it's, you know, the gloss clear coat ready to spray. It might have been trying to indicate that spraying is the method it's made for. We're gonna see. We'll see what happens. Probably that's the. Maybe I let this dry and see if I can bring a shine to it. If I can bring a shine to it, then I can do the rest of the body with it, and then bring a shine to all of it. If I can't, then maybe I stop on this fender and go with some of that wipe-on clear coat available by, you know, reputable sources, since this is not, that's not what this is designed for. Alright, just to kind of walk you all through what I've got here. I can see it barely in the camera, the difference in shine from here to here. It's kind of, well, you can certainly see it. There's no reflection here, reflection there. I'm just not sure there's enough material on there to do anything with it to make it truly shine. So I think I'm going to halt here, and I think the thing to do is to see if this buffs out. If this buffs up and puts on a decent shine, then we'll proceed with this. If not, we're going to buy some actual wipe-on clear coat that is designed for this magic, so that we can get the result that I'm looking for. If this shines up, that's the result I'm looking for. If it does not shine up, that's not what I'm after. You can see the metal here is shiny. It's got the clear coat on it, but it's not, I'm not confident in what I've got right now, so I'm going to wait and give it the best chance to succeed, and then go from there. If I can't make the fender shiny, the whole rest of the truck is going to be a different process. Unfortunately, all the surface prep is done now, so it's probably going to have to get a bath again because it's going to wait a few days. Anyway, that's just how it works sometimes. Sometimes best laid plans of mice and men and such. There it is for now, and if you didn't get a good picture of what we're using, there you go. That's not what it's designed for. It clearly on the container says so, but let's see what it does. We'll give it a day or a couple days, and then hit it with some light compound and see what it does. Now I think the thing to do here is to stop. That way I don't slather some more stuff on here that's going to make this top layer of white want to exit the vehicle.